guys, it's Maymay and welcome to Hello Craft on Friday. I have sort of been inspired by Jane from Velocity Vet 08 to do this process type video. I'm going to try it. If you guys don't like it, we won't do it again. You just let me know. I'm just going to try it and see how it works. I'll probably fast forward through some of the process, but I think it'll be fun to kind of talk with you guys as I go along and tell you what I'm thinking. First things first, I did a little thrift store haul and I want to show you. I got this book from our local thrift store. I say local, it's not in my city, it's about an hour away. But it was 99 cents for this book. And look at all this, look how cool this text is. So we're going to be using it, and it's a really thin paper. It's perfect for the project I'm going to do today. So I got this big old book. Look, it's huge. It's huge. Okay. I don't even know what it is. I know it has something to do with the University of Alabama, which made my husband mad because I'm going to rip it up, but that's the way it goes, Joe, right? So, first thing first is that book, which is so big I got to find a spot for it. Then I got this at my local thrift store again. This is a, to be honest, I'm not sure what it was supposed to be because these holes make it not a wine glass, and it's shaped like a martini glass. So you really couldn't put a candle in it. I really don't know. And see, this is the bottom of it clearly because it has the made in China. But anyway, it was $1.49, which is kind of high for something I would have bought at the thrift store. But it's a really good thick glass and an unusual piece, so I thought I would get it. Here's what I do when I go to a thrift store. I went with Taylor a couple weeks ago, and she was kind of laughing at me because I just kind of find things that I think I might can use later. One of the big things I like to look for are things that can be pedestals. Different shapes and sizes, and this is one of those things that I thought, you know, I don't have a plan for it, but I have a space in my garage where I buy these little things like this that are unusual, and I put them out there, and then whenever I get the idea, I just walk out there and kind of shop in my garage for the pieces I want. And don't think it's a whole lot. It's like one shelf, and I just have like you know, 10 or 15 different things. Like I got 3 or 4 books that I just got. I got this little thing, some other little glass pieces, and I'm going to put some, this is soft scrub because I just cleaned my counter, and so I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. And then I'll show you the other item we're going to use. We are going to use something that was gifted to me. This is a cheap jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that had that battery operated thing that went in here to light it up. My mother got rid of a lot of stuff she used to use at her house for decorating, and she gave it to me, and this is really, really ugly. It was probably cute when you use it what it's for, but we're going to turn it into something elegant and gorgeous, or at least I hope. So that'll be our main thing we work on tonight. So let me see how this is doing. I want to find something I can scrape it off with. So like I said, I'll go to thrift stores and I'll just find things I like, purchase them, and I try not to get too much because I try to use what I've got before I kind of just have so many things that I can't use, mostly because it frustrates my husband. Honestly, I would have shelves and shelves and shelves of stuff, but it's just not, you know, it's not good. Nobody needs that much stuff, right? So, clean this off. And this on my table is wax paper. I like to keep some wax paper down when I'm going to do some painting or Mod Podge. And pick that up a little bit. Just because it's easier to clean off and it doesn't get in the way. I just noticed that someone has colored in these little grooves with marker, which doesn't matter, but that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. And we'll bring this dude over. Now, my plan for this guy is to cover him with those book pages, and I'm just gonna play with this and see what happens. I'm just gonna try to get rid of it with the paper, and worst case scenario, it can be the back of the project because this is a good front. So I was doing stuff outside today and cut myself, and that hurt. That cleanser got in it. Okay, gonna use some matte finish Mod Podge. I definitely want this to be matte finished. I just bought this at Hobby Lobby. They had, let me see. It was $7.99, and the smaller one was like $5.99. So I thought for $2 more, this is definitely the way to go. And I'm always going to use it for something. Anybody else get into their stuff like that? Bang, bang. Then you get it all over your fingers, and ugh. That's what baby wipes are for, right? That was nasty. So, with this process style video, I get to talk to you guys a lot more. And let's see what's going on. Put together the packets to send out to the girls for the card challenge. We'll be doing that. As soon as they get those in, my design team will be getting those. I have my Christmas stamp being manufactured and on its way. I'm very excited. The name of this one is called Santa's Stuck. So if that gives you an idea of what you're going to see. It was a lot of fun to create. So I think what I'll do first is tear some paper. That way I'll have some. And you know, look, it's Bear Bryant. Vince would die. I won't use that. I'll keep going. I will keep going. Watch me fall in love with this. Nope. I'm gonna tear some paper. I don't know how many I'm gonna make. I've actually never done this. I've been inspired by so many YouTubers. I think you say it Hectanuga. I think that's how you say it. She just makes so many things out of literally nothing. And I'm just trying to get into that. I just think it's cool. And I want to learn how to do it. My camera will sometimes time out on me, just decide that, hey, you're done. So if there's ever a funny split when I'm doing this kind of video, that's why. So just bear with me. Like I may have to, you know, look up and go, oh crap, I'm not recording. So I'm just going to tear these into strips, because the first layer is going to be this book layer, and I think the second layer, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. You guys know what you can't find at the thrift store? You can't find music books. I have looked and looked. I could not find any. However, this weekend I was at church and I was doing the, not this weekend, maybe this weekend, I was doing the communion table decorating, and I got into one of the old closets and found an old hymn book and asked the pastor if I could have it, and he said yes, because they are some that we don't use anymore, and they had some extras anyway in there. So I got a beautiful hymn book. I can't wait to show you what I'm doing with it. I'm going to use it at Christmas time. Okay, let's start with this. Maybe I should tear these. Let's see. Nope, look how perfect that's going to be. That's awesome. Alright, I'm going to put those aside and get my brush out. I think I'm going to start with this side since I think it's going to be more trouble. Let's just kind of glob this on. My brush dried kind of hard last time, but it'll soften up as it gets wet. And I plan on this to be a messy, messy project, so I'm good with messy. Can you hear my TV? My husband's man cave, we like to call it, is right outside my door. So you can hear them a lot of times when they're in there watching whatever. Tonight they're watching Big Break. Big golf fans in my house. Let's see what happens when we put this down. And I really want it to go into those grooves. Not the face, but the pumpkin groove. See, I think I'm going to be able to hide that face. I just think I am. I love this. It reminds me of being a kid in school and just playing in my art classes. That's something about me. I took every art class that there was available. Something for you to know. I took every home economics class and every art class. And when I tell people who know me, they're like, we're not surprised. Because that's what I do. But, you know, I'm not real good at I'm not a good cook. I didn't pick that up from my Miss Devers who taught me home economics, although she was a fantastic cook. I cook, just not really good. I'm better at box stuff, you know, which is not good, but it's what I do. Anybody who's done this before is probably thinking, Amy, that is not how you do that. But, like I said, I've never done it. So you have to learn somewhere, right? You have to start. So be proud of me for starting. I love the tiny, tiny, tiny print on this paper. I just love it. Let's go on and do that other side of the face. I'm finding that the heavier I put the Mod Podge, the better the paper does. That's something I probably should have known. So I decorated my yard today. Put some stuff on the mailbox. Okay, I'm going to the finger method. Is that what y'all been saying? Use your hands. Decorated my mailbox. Decorated my front porch a little bit. Not a whole lot. Just my staircase leading up to my front porch. And didn't do a whole lot with that. I used a lot of the stuff Mom gave me from what she didn't use this year. Because I don't have a whole lot of outdoor fall stuff. Since the house fire, for those of you who don't know, I had a house fire back in, it's been 2 years now, so it's not really recent. But since then, I haven't really replaced my outdoor fall stuff. I've done a lot more of the outdoor Christmas stuff, so. Ooh, I like doing this with my hands. This is really cool. Keep going so I can put more than one on at a time. Yep, I like using my hand. The funny thing is I've never really been into getting messy. That's why I do more stamping and crafting like that, because I don't like it messy too much. Y'all know this because you know I don't like loose glitter, right? You won't see me use loose glitter unless I have to. It's funny because my friend Sheila was telling me we're doing a tag swap with some people, a really cool Christmas tag swap, and she was telling me that she had so much to do because she had a lot of glitter to get done, and I was like, oh, I don't envy that. I do not envy glitter. Okay, so this is probably where I'll start fast forwarding, because I'm just going to do this. Now you've seen me cover the face so we know it can be done, and I'm just going to continue to do this all the way around. Okay, so I'm back, sort of. Who's back with me? Who are you?
Who am I?
Say your name. You want them to guess?
Nah, they ain't gotta guess. I'll tell them. My name is Thomas.
This is Thomas. He has decided he's going to do some painting for me. Ooh. Wipe out inside of there and make sure there's no dust. Use that use that one.
It's purple.
Hold it in the camera.
Oh, what?
You got to work on this piece of paper so everybody can see you. So use this and wipe that base out. I don't think it's clean.
That face.
So I'm doing videos that are kind of like process videos, Thomas, so they get to watch what we do. And while we do it, we get to talk to them and tell them what we want to say.
What are we saying?
Well, I've said a lot. Right now what you're going to say is, this is glass. Okay, this is not glass paint.
This is glass and this is not glass paint.
So we're going to use it, and it'll take several coats, but then we're just going to Mod Podge over it to make it safe. So when you don't have what works, use what you got, right? So, and I have you this little piece that'll keep it from going through to the paper, and you just put you some paint on there, and there's your brush, and paint the bad boy.
Okay.
That's awesome. You're a great crafter.
See, I even put a little purple in it.
Where did that? I don't know. That was in there when I got it.
I even put a little purple in it, and a little orange and a little green.
If I need to do your paint for you, can you do it? I just washed all the Mod Podge off my hand from that pumpkin, and it was like peeling off like skin. It was nasty.
It stinks in here.
Yeah, it's strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe I need a fan. Remember, less is more. No, no. Honestly, you can always add more. You can get more than that.
Yeah. That's
not enough. That's how Maymay does it.
Keep the colors.
Yep. So you want to tell them what kind of paint we're using?
Pinhore Arcalica.
What?
That's what it says.
That is not even the right.
See?
Read the English. Read the English.
Acrylic paint.
Acrylic paint, maybe? You're so goofy.
Acrylic paint.
What brand is that?
Apple Barrel.
Yep. Not glass paint. You should use glass paint. I just don't have any. And if I had some gesso, I would have gessoed it, but we're just going to use
What am all my painting in this?
You don't really have to paint the inside so much, mostly the outside. We're just going to paint it and paint it and paint it. Ooh, that's doing good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Once that dries, it'll be kind of like, it'll be what they call a tooth. It'll give it a tooth, and that way the next layer will go on real good. So tell me what's going on at school.
I reckon it's all good, all good.
Can you talk like a normal person?
No.
My children do not. Look, you're flicking black on the wall. Let's try not to flick.
Look at all that black on your...
I know, let's try not to flick. Let's brush and not flick. So, what are you going to be doing this year you didn't do last year?
Playing sports.
What sport?
Can't tell you that.
Come on!
Oh, yeah, I can tell you. No, I can't tell you.
I don't believe you're really playing, right?
You're right.
Tell them about that.
Well, Maymay, the weird one. She doesn't believe me when I brought tennis shoes home. Brought shoes home.
What kind of shoes?
Took $135 to school.
What kind of shoes?
They were Jordans.
Well, I mean, what are they for? What sport?
They're for basketball.
Uh-huh, I don't believe it. I'll believe it when you're on the court.
Or when I bring the outfit on. We got pictures Thursday.
Basketball pictures?
Yeah.
Well, you better make sure I know that so you can get your hair cut.
Yeah, I need a haircut.
Can you hold it down where they can see what you're doing? What I would do is maybe turn it upside down and sit it on the top, you know? There you go. Then you may just have to get up in there funny, but...
What in the world?
Well, maybe hold it like this. You know what I'm saying?
No, not really.
Hold it like that and turn it over. There you go. That acrylic's doing pretty good on there. I didn't think it would do that good. So who's jealous because you're in here?
Me.
No, don't paint the bottom yet. Go up in there. That's what I'm saying. Pick it up like this and turn it towards you, and you can get that.
That is some hard stuff to do.
No, it's not. Look, done. In the camera, please. That's where it's hard, is in the camera. You're doing a great job. This is going to be the base for my pumpkin.
They're going to be pretty?
Yeah. You remember that jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that Mama gave me that was out in the garage a while ago?
Yeah.
I just covered it in paper. And
Yeah, I saw that.
Does it look scary?
Yeah, it looks scary.
Do you think it's going to be ugly?
No.
You're out of the camera. They'll be like, where did he go?
I'm magic.
He's magical.
Be like Jared now. Magic.
Oh, they don't know that. Tell them about Jared and what he does sometimes.
He never does it anymore.
Not anymore, when he was 16, 17.
Which was like 7 years ago.
No, it wasn't. He's only 20.
1 or 22. Which is still 5 years ago. I'm still pretty close. That's a long time.
Well, he lost all his magic in the fire. Yeah. He lost all his magic. We need to tell him what Lydia says whenever she asks about the fire.
I don't know what Lydia says.
You don't know what she tells me every time she comes over? She says, Uncle Vince, why did you fire down the house?
Oh yeah, I do know that one.
Can you get that little bit you missed?
No.
Turn it and you'll see it.
You mean right here?
It's on the side closest to you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's all over the place.
Spin it. There. You're doing good. You're not leaving any globs or anything. That's important because I have to do more coats.
Is it important now?
It really is, because if you do multiple coats and you have a glob, it'll look bad.
Magic.
So we're playing basketball. What are our grades like?
They're all good now. They weren't good.
What were they?
They were A's and 1 C.
Now they're.
Huh?
Now they're.
Now, I think I got 2 B's and 2 A's.
You have a test tomorrow?
I do have a test tomorrow.
Science?
Yes.
Do you know how science works? I can teach you really quick.
Yeah, like meiosis isn't really meiosis, it's urosis.
No, meiosis is not. That means it's not urosis.
True.
Remember, I was really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about...
Just like mitosis is urtosis.
Mitosis means it's mine. It's not yours.
Okay.
What about all the phases?
All the phases.
Mm-hmm.
PMAT, there's the phase.
What are they?
You got interphase, which no one counts. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and then telophase.
And it's just a phase. I taught you that.
And just a phase?
And it's just a phase. Yes. Okay, so you've got a good coat on it, so now we need to let it dry, and we will come back and do a second coat. He's back with layer 2. We used the heat tool and spit it up, didn't we?
Yeah, we could have videoed it.
We also got a little artsy over here. You see this? What does this say?
It says Ta.
It says Tomas. It says Thomas.
Yeah, I got a little RT. See this?
Ooh. Got a little more on the edge of my table.
Where?
Paint it up, dude. Paint it up.
Again? Is it wet?
The bottom looks a little wet, so start back at the top. Yeah. Do it like that. Well. Let's flip it over. Boom. Get to painting.
Boom.
This layer should be much more black. Yes, look at that. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm back. This is me, and this is my helper. It's a new helper. He wanted to get in on the mix, so tell him what you're going to do and go to town.
I'm not very sure what to do.
I just told you what to do.
Um,
You're going to turn this into origami.
oh my god. What? I don't know how to make origami.
No, do what you're supposed to do.
Okay. It's gonna tear strips.
Because this is the other paper that you keep going.
Okay.
This is the paper I was talking about. You don't have to bend it, just tear it.
I'm not a good tearer.
Just tear. How hard is that?
Is that hard?
No, that's perfect.
Oh, it is?
They don't have to be long, perfect strips. This is the other paper I was talking about that I thought would look good with that print. And since it's Halloween, we're going to put it on there. Halloween. Good job. I actually, see, that's the thing. We need more kids crafting because look how much cooler that is than if I did it. It is, because I would just do it straight. So you got a bunch more to do, kid.
I do know this.
All right, so it's time to talk to Joe. So what are you doing in school this year?
No. I've officially started on math and science. I'm not math and science, I'm history and science.
Do you like history?
No.
Do you like science?
I mean, I like history more than science.
See, that's what I thought. That's why I asked you about history first. What else are you doing? That's perfect. See, I would never tear it like that. I would be so neat and perfect, and that's not what I want. I want messy.
Well, you should ask me then.
I did ask you. So what else are you doing?
Do you want me to, like, name everything?
Well, no, just tell my friends what's going on.
I mean, school. I'm not very sure.
Why don't you tell them about your new sport you're playing on Sunday afternoons?
Yes, we were playing flag football on Sunday afternoons now.
How's that going?
It was good. It's good. I ruined a pair of shorts.
I didn't even know. How did you do this?
Well, since it rained and I
Can
kind
you
of
stick in the camera so they can see?
I was kind of wearing white shorts. Some dirt got on this. I wouldn't call them ruined, but you know, they're kind of messy. Surprised the shirt get like messy too.
Hey, look. Tell them what paper this is.
I'm not very sure.
It's right there.
The
Why are
paper-
they screaming in there? Okay.
It's the paper studio.
It's the paper studio, and it's acid and lignin free, which means it's good for scrapbooking. Look how much better these tears are. Look, I'll flip this over. Look how good these are. I would not have torn that well. Mine would have looked really bad. You keep going, kid. You're good.
It's kind of odd that you keep saying they're good, but
Let me show you mine. Let me show you what I would do.
they're horrible.
Look how boring.
Yeah, that's pretty dang.
I'm telling you, you do yours. Do your thing. I love them. Okay, so what's going to be for Halloween?
I don't know.
I was looking at stuff for you today.
Really?
Yep. Tell them what your best costume ever was.
Alfalfa.
Why?
I don't know. It's because it's fit for me.
It could be because of this. Stick your head into there. Everybody see this beautiful red hair?
It's just sticking up. It never goes down.
His beautiful red hair. It really matched this paper when you stuck it in there.
I can blend in.
You can blend in with the paper?
I can. And other orange. I can blend in with a basket of oranges.
Is this a boring job?
No.
You're enjoying
I'm
yourself.
having fun.
Okay, so you don't know what you're going to be for Halloween. We talked about being Howdy Doody, but he doesn't know who Howdy Doody is.
I have no idea who that is.
But he would be a really good Howdy Doody.
You said something about how you do. It's like, who is that?
He's someone from a 1950s television show.
I was not born in 1950.
Really now?
Yes. I was born in 2004.
Can you get in the camera shot? Thank you.
I'm new at this. I mean...
That's what the people... Look, all my friends are like, where'd he go?
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? No.
Good job. Let's just do one more sheet because I don't think I'm going to need it all and I don't want to waste all of these because I love them. And I may use this for something else. Here's some wax paper.
Rocks.
That's my Sean Connery.
What?
That's... Never mind. Okay.
What?
That's so bad. This is, can you say what this is? This is Tim Holtz.
Distress ink.
That's right. In what color?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right here.
Ranger Create an Age.
No. Right here. The color. See that?
Oh, the white?
Mm-hmm.
Vintage photo?
That's right. We're going to use vintage photo ink, and let me show you what you do. You have a couple ways you can do it. You can pick it up and do that, okay? Or you can lay it down and at an angle come in at it like that, so you don't tear it. You have to lift that edge up so it'll go on it. You see what I'm saying? So, pick your poison.
Hard choice, hard choice. I feel like I'm going to go with the one laying down.
Well, you might try either one and see which one you like better. That's how you learn. It's
like
really
that.
good. Mm-hmm. Really good.
So we're trying to make this look like it was actually like tore like a monster.
Yes, like old map paper. Like a treasure map.
Treasure map. I don't know if those existed.
You don't think they do?
They probably do.
I think they do. I don't know where they would go. Where would you want your treasure map to go?
My treasure map?
Yeah, where would you look for?
I don't want it to go too far away, so maybe New York. Maybe New York. I don't know. I just don't want to go too far away. I don't want to go to like, yeah, upstairs. That would be good.
Just upstairs?
Upstairs.
So I'll just do you a map from here to upstairs?
Yeah, upstairs under my bed. That would be fun.
Under your bed?
Yes.
That would be hard too. Why?
Because my bed's just laying on the floor.
You have a trundle bed, so there's nothing underneath it.
Not really. Maybe under Thomas's.
Let's try this. Yeah, Thomas has room under his because your bed slides out of it.
Not anymore.
Yeah, we fixed that, didn't we? Why did we have to fix it?
I'm not very sure.
Because somebody kept stepping on your bed, and you were having a heart attack about it.
And somebody kept stepping on me with feet.
Their feet. Their big monster feet.
He still sometimes steps on me.
You're doing good with this.
I feel like I am.
You feel like you are doing good?
I feel like I am.
You are doing good.
Stop.
You have a lot to do.
Stop whispering stuff in my ear, Thomas.
Thomas.
It's annoying, Thomas. Really?
Oh, because he's not really in here. Thomas really isn't in here.
That's not. Are you trying?
No, I'm just being funny. It's okay. It'll come off. I get it on me all the time.
I was like, what? You're getting annoying. Okay, I think that's the side done. Oh, no.
That's good. Let's do another one. Let's do one that's not so bad. There we go.
Oh,
this is going to be pretty. Do that. You'll love it.
I'm an original inker.
You are really good at it. I may have to use you to do this more often.
Yay.
Okay, so tell us what you want to tell us. The floor's all yours.
No, it's not. You're standing right beside me.
You goofball.
I was being literal.
You're being what?
I can't say it anymore, no.
You're being literal?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought I was going to say something wrong, and then
How old are you, Jay?
I'm 9.
And you're being literal?
Yes. The floor's not my... What did you...
Thomas is bored to tears. He needs you to hurry so he can go back to his painting. Let's use that and coat it and get a good...
And what am I supposed to be doing with this?
Put it on the sponge brush and coat it just like you were painting it.
Is it supposed to just be like light coated?
It'll be clear when it dries. That's why I think it'll be good to put on it. And it might help the paint stick. So be careful not to rub too much because the same thing will happen. Go ahead and get your brush wet. Yeah, try not to go over spaces too many times. Let's just get this on here and then it should hold another good coat of black. Put some Mod Podge over it and then when it dries the paint will stick. I bet I could have mixed paint with Mod Podge. Duh. Okay, let's try that and then let's come back with another coat.
Let's do it.
So I'm back and the kids aren't with me now, so it's just me. They did some fun stuff. We went ahead and did the Mod Podge layer I told you about to try to see if I couldn't do a better paint job on the next black layer. So I'm going to go ahead and do a black layer. I'm going to turn my phone off so we don't have to deal with that. And I enjoy having the kids in here. They, you know, right now they're at that age where they think this is cool, but I'm sure one day this won't be cool anymore. Ugh, huge difference with the Mod Podge. I can feel it already. I've got to go and buy some paint for glass. I really do have to, because I have some projects coming up for Christmas that are going to require glass paint. And so, I'm going to have to go get some. Go ahead and paint this edge because it will show. Because it will be sitting. This is actually, the smaller end is actually the base, because I need the thicker end to hold the pumpkin. I gotta tell you, the pumpkin has turned out really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside and let it dry. I'm gonna bring the pumpkin back over. Here's the pumpkin. Isn't that cute? Okay. See how this messy inside? I want to go ahead and clean this up. I wonder how much of it I can tear away. Seems to be easier. I'm not going to stress too much. I just don't want any big pieces, because I'm probably going to cut a circle of black paper and glue it here, possibly even a piece of chipboard, so that I know that my base will hold well. Can you see the spooky face inside? Do you see that? Okay, there's the jack-o'-lantern face, but you don't see it here. It's pretty cool. Okay, for the pieces that Joe cut for me, that he tore and he inked, I'm thinking I'm going to use those for dimension to give the pumpkin a little shape again, because it's kind of gotten very circular at this point. And I feel like it's kind of lost some of its groove. So what I'm thinking is, like, here is a really good groove. I'm thinking I'm going to Mod Podge and put one of these pieces in that groove to kind of bring the pumpkin shape back. Let's just see how this goes. So, put this on. I start out with a brush, and let's see where we'll end up. We'll just have to see. Just going to bring this up here, like so, and put it in that groove. And let it get good and wet so it'll shape. Alright, it's to the finger again. You got to get it wet with this Mod Podge, and this paper is much thicker than what I was using last night, so it's going to need a lot more moisture, I'm afraid. A lot more. Yeah, I really like doing that to show that groove back again. I think that'll look good. So I'm just going to do that all the way around wherever I want to show those grooves off a little bit. Okay, so the pumpkin is drying. I inked up some more sheets and put them on. And I did one more coat of paint on this guy. So my battery died as I was doing roses, but that's okay. I want to show you something. I think I figured them out. They're not beautiful. Look, they're not like a dye or something that you would get, you know, but they're okay. They will do. This one's really, I think, the best one. Right there. But what I'm going to do is ink the edges of this one a little bit. I just kind of roughed them up because I want them to be kind of rough looking. I did a couple of things, though, while my battery was charging, and I'll show you. I put the final coat on here, which I think looks great. I love this matte, rich finish on there. And I took a piece of black chipboard, which I got in a Hobby Lobby paper pack. I think this is a beautiful piece of chipboard, and I traced this bottom here. And the reason for that is because This bottom is exactly the size of the bottom of my pumpkin, and I thought that would save me a step if I just traced this. And I've decided that I don't want this to be the base it stands on. I want it to stand on the big piece. So what I'm going to do is put this on the bottom of the pumpkin and let that hold it up. That'll make sense in just a second. Let me plug my glue gun back up. I also dug through some stash stuff and found a good bit of, look at this pumpkin. I'm loving him. Okay, I got to get rid of this like I did earlier. But I found some stuff that I think will be really cool to use on here. I really don't have to even worry about that. You're not going to see it. So once the hot glue is heated up, I'm going to glue that right there. Look how perfect. I'm going to glue that right there, okay, to the bottom. Then I'm going to take my stand and turn it with the wide side down and glue it there, and that'll be what stands the pumpkin up. But let's talk embellishments. Okay, so I'm wanting these roses to go up here in this area somehow. Something like this, okay? And then, I don't really know how I'll use these, but I made these with my Mod Podge melts, these little white roses, and I have a bunch of them. And I have like this little key. And I don't know, I think they're a little too bland, but I know I want to use this. I got these at Walmart for 75 cents, and I think these would be cool to just kind of rub some of these on somewhere. Let's just see what that looks like. I'm going to put this on here like this. And it probably won't rub off totally and completely like it is designed. But I'm going to get some of it on there if I don't get it all. Oh, that looks cool on there. That looks really good. I'll put some more. Maybe I'll put one down here. One of these small guys. These aren't easy to rub off. They're kind of hard to do. Let's put one up in here. Let's do something like this. So even if I just want the fleur-de-lis, if I lift it up right here, that's all I'll get. I love fleur-de-lis. So let's see. I have a big one there, a little one there. Let's come over here and do this guy. That's cool. We may add some more. We'll see as we go. Alright. Let's do leaves. And I'm going to tear them. This is a really thick piece of cardstock that I have. And I'm going to make them by hand so I can have some leaves to come off of it. Okay, let's start with those. So, let's put one here. One thing I'm really going to like is that this hot glue is really going to melt into that Mod Podge really well. I'm sure of it because it just tends to do that. So here goes our first rose. Right there, our first paper rose. And I think I want this one right here. Probably have to hold that one a minute. I'm going to put some glue right here because I want this guy here. So if I'm going to hold one, I might as well hold them all three. So do them in a clump like that. I think I'm going to stick some orange in. That's a good color. Let's do some smaller leaves. Just to kind of come in and out here and there. really like this butterfly. I think I will use this butterfly. This is one of those Mod Podge melts. What are they called? Mod melts. I like that right there. Let me show you. See the butterfly. And I just inked it with some Tim Holtz. And I'm going to put a sequin on it. Right here. No, I'm not, because it won't stick. Okay, let's look at the other things we have. Oh, I think I found what I want to put in the flower. I think I want to put this in there. This has a little spike on the back of it that I can poke in and I can glue. So I'm going to take this out, pop some glue in there. Stand that up in there like that. Oh, I like that. And I thought I had another. Yeah, look at this piece. I'm going to put this inside of here since this one is so big. Bend these up a little bit. This piece is pretty. I like that a lot. Then I had a sweet lady a long time ago do a swap with me, and this key was on the swap. You see that key? And also this charm with an A, and I love it. And I think it'll be so pretty if I hang that down from here on some ribbon. So let's see what we got. So I have this orange ribbon, and I'm going to feed it up through this little hole, like so. I say like so. Yeah. I'm going to feed it through here and tie a knot at the bottom of it, because that'll hold the charm in place. I'll slide the charm to the knot. Then I'm going to trim a little bit of that off, like that. So I've made this hanging charm, and I'm going to glue it up in there a little bit, up under the flowers. So I'm going to tilt this. Maybe you guys can see it better if I do that too. Tilt this like this. Then put some glue right there. Good. And take this guy and stick it up in there. I like that a lot. And I may even glue it down a little bit so it doesn't move around and go crazy. Love that. Now I want to do the same thing with the key. So I'm going to tie it through here like so. This one I'm actually going to tie it on because the hole's too big. So I'm going to tie the ribbon and then tie it again. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to glue it beside it like that. So now I have a key, and I have a little pendant with a monogram with an A. Oops, that decided I didn't want to sit down. And then I have these little gold bird things that also came from that same person that did the swap with me, and I'm going to put them in sort of willy-nilly on this. Just going to feed them in like so and let them just kind of land where they land. Like that. I should put this butterfly on the other side. I don't know. Let's see how these might look tucked in there. Ooh, I like them tucked in there. I don't think you can mess up, right? You just tuck. If you like it, use it. Then I have these little 3 pieces. There or there. Kind of like them over there. Stick those like that. Then I have this owl I thought about. And then I have this small key to mimic the other one. Do I want to put some bling in these roses? It didn't want to stick while I go. I like that there. Let's do some more of that. And I'm going to see if I can get one inside this flower, because it has a different center. I think I can. I may just have to pile it with some hot glue. Kind of fill up the circle. Wish to goodness I had a decent hot glue gun. I kind of like it. I'm even kind of thinking it might be done. I don't know. Because you know I'm not good at this kind of stuff. I'm better with, oh, I know what I wanted to add. Hold on one second. I wanted to make like a fake bow out of this twine. I thought about this last night. So, I'll just make some loops out of it. Just like this. I'll show you what I'm doing in a second. So I just kind of made a loop and tied a knot. And all I need is the knot. That's what I'll use to glue it in. So let's do another one. Is to put glue on the knot. Find a home for the knot. Poke it in. As good as I can get it. And so I'll have that. Then let's do another one. Glue on the knot. Let's lift this up and put it there. Push it in. It kind of mimics a bow, right? Ooh, that was hot. So that's kind of what I had in mind. Let's put it on the pedestal and see what we get. I hate my glue gun. I hate it. Ooh, I think some loops of this would be pretty up in there too. Let's do that. So you see all I'm doing is just making a loop with the hot glue of the ribbon and tucking it. So So if you can't tie a bow, don't worry. You don't have to tie a bow. Just fake it till you make it, they always say. Cute. I like it. Okay, again, let's put it on its pedestal. Because I want this to go kind of quick. I don't want to have to turn the pumpkin upside down too long. Okay. Now I'm just going to flip the pumpkin in my hand. Grab this on its edges. Because my glue is hot. I can feel it through the... Okay, and put it on there. And then I'm going to sit it and squish it. That way I know it's getting good, even coverage. I hate hot glue strings. Of course, I guess in this case they can look like spider webs and everybody's cool. Alright, let's mount this bad boy. And I think we have a finished, beautiful fall pumpkin.